All right, let's get right into it. If you're a solicitor in New South Wales and you've got that entrepreneurial fire in your belly, then this one's for you. We're going to walk through the official roadmap for building your own law practice right from the very beginning. I mean, it's the big dream, isn't it? To finally hang your own shingle, to be the one calling the shots instead of taking them. It's a huge leap, for sure, but for the right person, it is the ultimate career move. And today, we're going to look at how you can start making that dream a reality. Okay, here's our game plan. We'll start with the dream, then hit that first big crossroads of choosing your business structure. We'll take a deep dive into the corporate path, cover the rule book that everyone has to follow, really understand the weight of command, and then land at the launchpad with your practical next steps. So, your journey really starts here, at this critical fork in the road. And honestly, this first decision you make, what kind of practice you're going to build, is maybe the most important one. It's going to define everything, your risk, your responsibilities, and the entire path forward. But before you can choose, let's get the official lingo down. What does the law actually mean when it says law practice? Well, according to the Legal Profession Uniform Law, it's not just a general idea. It's one of these 5 specific setups. Now, for most of you starting out, the real choice is going to be between being a sole practitioner, going into a partnership, or setting up an incorporated legal practice. Now this, right here, is the biggest difference you need to wrap your head around. How much of your own skin are you putting in the game? If you go the sole practitioner or partnership route, you and the business are legally the same thing. That means its debts become your debts. Your house, your car, it could all be on the line. But an incorporated legal practice, an ILP, that creates a shield. The company is its own person in the eyes of the law, and that can be a real game changer for protecting your personal life. And as you can see, every single path has its own set of trade-offs. Going solo, you've got total control, and you can get started fast, but you're also carrying all the risk alone. A partnership is great for sharing the work and the capital, but you're also sharing that personal liability. And the LLC? Well, it gives you that awesome limited liability, but in exchange, you're signing up for a whole lot more paperwork and a much bigger compliance burden. So, given that a lot of founders are really drawn to that corporate shield, we're going to spend a little more time here. Let's do a deep dive into the incorporated legal practice. It's a really popular choice, but it's definitely the more complicated one. So what is an ILP really? Well, at its heart, it's just a regular company, registered under the Corporations Act. The magic ingredient that turns it into a law practice is that it provides legal services, and, this is key, you've officially told the Law Society that's what you're doing. And here's a really interesting wrinkle. You can actually have non-lawyers as directors, which could bring in some serious business savvy you might not have otherwise. Now, on paper, this looks almost too easy, right? Step 1, form a company. Step 2, shoot a letter to the Law Society giving them at least 2 weeks' notice. Step 3, appoint an authorized principal, and we're going to talk a lot more about them in a minute, who also has to be a director. Simple, but the devil is always in the details. And here are those details. These aren't just suggestions, they are the absolute hard and fast rules. You must always have an authorized principal. You must have the right insurance. Your ACN needs to be on everything. And yeah, you should expect the Law Society to come knocking for a compliance audit. These are the serious responsibilities that come with that corporate structure. Okay, let's pull the camera back a bit. Because it doesn't matter if you're a lone wolf practitioner or a director of a massive ILP. Some rules of the road apply to absolutely everybody. No exceptions. And here it is. This is the bedrock, the absolute foundation of compliance for any law practice, the authorized principal. And this isn't just some fancy title. It's a specific role for a solicitor who holds an unrestricted practicing certificate, someone who is legally empowered to supervise other lawyers. Let me put it this way. No authorized principal, no law practice. It's that simple. And here's just a little taste of your day-to-day duties. Be honest in your advertising. Handle client money with extreme care, following the rules to the letter. Keep your old files safe for at least 7 years. Even your letterhead has to be just right. This is the basic stuff that keeps a practice ethical and above board. Now, we have to talk about what it really means to be that authorized principal. We need to get serious for a moment because this isn't just a role on an org chart. It is a profound personal responsibility. Everything that happens under your roof, legally speaking, the buck stops with you. And don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the actual law. Section 34 is crystal clear. As a principal, you are on the hook for making sure every single lawyer in your practice is doing the right thing. It's not enough for you to do your job perfectly. Your job is to make sure they do their jobs perfectly too. And this is where it gets really heavy. Section 35 introduces something called deemed contravention. Basically, it means that if a lawyer in your firm messes up and you were in a position to stop it but you didn't take reasonable steps to do so, the law treats it as if you messed up yourself. You can't just turn a blind eye. Failing to supervise is the offense.
So what's with this number? 7. What does that mean? That is the maximum number of days an incorporated legal practice can go without an authorized principal. After just 1 week, the firm is breaking the law and has to stop providing legal services, period. That's how vital this role is.
And let's be absolutely 100% clear about the stakes here. Failing in this supervisory duty isn't just a bad day at the office. It's not just a fine. It strikes at the very heart of your professional identity. It can be classed as unsatisfactory professional conduct or even professional misconduct, the kind of stuff that can get your ticket to practice law torn up for good. Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, and it's heavy stuff, but let's bring it back to where we started, with that dream of launching your own practice. This last part is all about turning that ambition into actual, concrete action. And the good news is, you don't have to invent the wheel. These are your essential launch points. The federal government site and NSW Fair Trading will cover your general business setup. But for everything that is specific to running a law practice, your compliance, ethics, and that all-important mandatory insurance, the Law Society and Law Cover are your absolute go-tos. So there you have it, the roadmap from solicitor to founder. We've looked at the different paths, the rules you have to play by, and the incredible weight of command that comes with leadership. So the question that's left isn't really about business plans or finding office space. It's a question of character. You have the map. The real question is, do you have what it takes to lead?